I don't know if I don't know if you saw the reel I sent you the other day, but it was this friend group who was like, "Oh, hey, let's see me and my friend group. Let's see what we get on the LSATs."
Yeah, I saw that.
And the reel was practically just like a group of 4 or 5 people, and they went to a library and they all took the LSATs, like a practice test for the LSATs, not the actual LSAT test.
Yeah.
And then they all shared their scores, and they were super cool. They all, no studying, nothing like that. It was just something off the cuff and whatever. And they're like, depending on how this video does or something like that, or like, depending on, like, who knows if we'll do the MCAT next or something like that. And that actually hit a little bit of a sour note inside me.
Really? Why?
Because I felt jealousy. I want those kinds of friends who would do something like that.
You want nerdy friends?
I want, see, kind of yes and no, because there are the nerdy friends who are like, actually, and are like, just the stereotype, who don't talk to anybody, who are like very to themselves and only know about their one subject. But I want nerdy, I guess,
nerdy but social,
or just knowledgeable friends.
Okay.
And I don't have that. I feel like I'm missing out. I don't know. Do you feel the same way, or is it just me?
About you missing out?
Both.
I don't know. I just feel like you had those type of friends in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I don't know. I really don't know.
No, I mean, my friends. Most of them.
Do you even have any friends?
I have friends. You don't have friends?
Do you have friends?
Mm-hmm.
Who are your friends?
I have friends in Chicago. I have Michael's my friend.
He is your friend.
But fair. I would say that not recently, throughout time, and I guess this is normal, I've seen in my friend group get smaller and smaller and smaller.
Because those people you were mentioning in that state, we will not say, are they really your friends or acquaintances?
They're the kind of friends I would say that when we see each other, it feels like no time has passed.
Okay.
So it's not, I would say they're more than acquaintances, but less than intimate.
Okay.
So somewhere in that space. I feel like you have friends like that too.
Yeah, I do too.
Do you call them friends?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's like we talk every week.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but it's different with women. But yeah, I mean, having close friends would be nice, because you need a group of people nearby to do that, right?
You do.
Unless you decide to get together with these friends in a certain state and be like, we're going to take the test together. So.
And they'd have to want to.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Who wants to take a practice test? I feel like these people are doing it maybe for the clout.
I wouldn't do it for the clout. I do it for the fun
suits?
of it. Yeah.
Like the TV show makes you think you're a lawyer type of thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know.
Do you feel like your friend group has shifted as you've gotten older? Or how has it shifted as you've gotten older? Let's start there.
Yes and no. I think the shift has been more me personally, in the sense of how I decide to show up for my friends. So I have categories to friendships, like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3.
Wow.
Acquaintances, and establish more personal boundaries as to how far I'm willing to go, depending on what tier you fall into. So
do these people know that they're in these tiers?
No, I don't think they have to know. And honestly, I don't think they care.
It's like, am I a tier 1, 2, or 3 friend to you?
Well, if you ask, I might tell you, but I don't have to. This is just
honestly, I don't think it's necessarily
classified information.
I don't think it's bad either, in the sense
and
that,
honestly, I feel like anybody can do a self-evaluation.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you think about it, tier 1 is priority. How fast do I respond to your messages? How much do we talk, right? Like, evaluate the relationship.
And you tell me.
And you accordingly, you can probably guess which tier you're on.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, when I think about, friends changing, outgrowing friendships and stuff.
Yeah.
I think for me, I never want to stop being someone's friend. It's just they go down categories. Like
I think that's fair.
I never want to close that door.
Yeah.
Like I just think of a friend that we used to hang out a lot about a year or two ago, and we don't anymore. We don't talk anymore, and
Like at all?
yeah, like at all. And it's just
That's weird, right?
we moved, like we just different lives, doing different stuff. But it's like if she ever needs something and messages me, like
I'm right there.
I'll help her and stuff like that. Yeah, she's not like priority, but like I pray for them always. So it's like I wouldn't say I ever outgrow friends. It's more of like just time and just relationship changes.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to The Pursuit. My name is Josue. I'm here joined by my sister Abby. Baby girl, the other day I was having a conversation with, and we just talked for like a good
Which the one
the one.
Okay.
He called me and he was like, "Hey, how are you? Blah blah blah." And we talked for like a good 30, 35 plus minutes, just kind of
nice.
catching up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, but like we used to go out all the time.
I know.
We used to go out. We used to go out to dinner with a few ladies, had a good time. But then he kind of started stepping away from the church little by little. There were events that happened with certain individuals, and at the end of the day, like he just started drifting, started seeing women outside of the church. And now I look at where I am and I look at where he is. And I know earlier you said you don't outgrow friends, you just shift them categories, right? Something like that.
They go down in category.
They go down in category. I feel like I would say that I've not outgrown him per se, but had we kind of kept things the way that they were, I would have been further behind in life because
How so?
Because he's not ambitious anymore. He's not driven anymore. He's not disciplined anymore. So we were unequally yoked as friends. Let's put it that way, to where we want different things.
Okay.
And it's really weird to kind of have that relation or see that relationship kind of be like with somebody you were tight with, and then now you're not so tight, but also seeing them stay stagnant to where they're not progressing either. And that hurts me a little bit for him. And that's not good. I don't know. Like I feel bad for him. I don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, you want to see your friends grow. You want them to be better, and to see somebody that you care about in one way or another, either regress or not do anything sucks.
Yeah.
But my question to you is, so when you say outgrow, like what do you mean?
Like our interests are different.
Different interests. Okay.
And also, outgrow isn't like I'm not gonna go out at 10 p.m. anymore. I have things to do, or like
I'm not gonna go out at 10 o'clock.
But
period.
I mean, that's just a stupid example.
Yeah.
But the point is that like I'm not like there's just a lot of things in my life that I want to see it progress, whereas he's a little bit more stuck in my opinion, obviously, how we used to do things and stuck in that time frame and in those hurts and in what happened then, to where I don't want to be stuck there with him, and therefore I can't spend as much time with him as I used to.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because then it's like, I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly. Kind of thing. Although peacocks don't actually fly. Now, you mentioned the friends in Undisclosed City, or maybe I did, I forget. And it's hard because, like I said, whenever I see them, it's like no time has passed. I love spending time with them whenever I do. I go as many times as I can, and they come as many times as they can. Great. But when I look at where our careers are specifically, and this is again
Mm-hmm.
from a male perspective, I guess it's a little different. Um, when I look at where our careers are and where we are in like different stages in life, I feel that they are where I was 5 or 6 years ago, and it's really weird to me.
So are you
And like in
saying
like making decisions that somebody of our age wouldn't make, or like not having overcome things that somebody of our age should probably have already overcome. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
it's just
know,
really strange.
I know what you're saying, but what I'm trying, I guess my thing that comes with that. Sorry, I just looked at your shoes.
What's wrong with my shoes?
They're ugly. Anyway, what was I saying? Uh, so like, yeah, they have different careers and they're making like choices that you don't see it. So what,
that,
like,
that aren't even good for them, right? That
okay,
are keeping them stagnant and like a little behind.
well, they
And
talk to
like,
them about it.
I don't.
Do you feel like you can't be friends with someone who's not in the same career level as you?
I don't feel like that at all. I'm just
Okay.
saying that it's the friendship then can only go to a certain level because there's things that one or some of them maybe wouldn't understand because they're not that far along.
Like, name something.
Um, Paying your own bills.
They don't pay their own bills.
I didn't say they didn't pay their own bills. I'm saying one or some of them maybe do not.
Okay. No.
Is that not weird to you?
That some people don't, some adults don't pay their own bills.
Yes. Well, I
Um,
mean, like if you're a married couple, that's different, right?
yeah, I mean, if anything, it just brings up a little bit of jealousy in me.
As a woman,
You don't pay your own bills? What's the trick? Um,
that
so
was so funny because the other day you're like, "Oh, that's a boyfriend expense." I was like, "Wow,
yeah, I wanted to go see that movie. And it
wow."
wasn't $5 Tuesday.
And yesterday was $5 Tuesday.
I know, but I had plans. But yeah, it was just a boyfriend expense. You know what I meant.
Of course I did.
And I shouldn't be shamed for it. But I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to friendships, it's about you sharing your experience, them sharing their experience, and trying to understand each other.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean you're at the same level or on the same level of understanding. Um, because at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of the times it can get boring if you just talk to someone who is at the same level as you or
That's
is
fair.
going through the same stuff. It's like a mirror sometimes.
But you have things to relate to.
Yeah, but you
Like
can you
like
you can
like the
find
9 to 5.
but you can find things to relate to with everybody.
Really? So
Yeah.
you're telling me you would have no problem relating with a high schooler?
I would have problems just because
Okay.
okay, Josh, but these are high schoolers. We're talking about adults and friendships.
Okay, but what if the people who were in your life are still mentally there? I'm not saying they are, but I'm saying like it's the case for a lot of people that I know.
That they're mentally in high school.
Yeah. Or like early 20s that you're like that's some emotionally immature shit, you know?
Well, yeah. Well, then at that point, you're shifting in my categories of
Yeah,
friends.
it's like you're slipping, baby. You're slipping off.
You're kind of either a obra misionera at that point,
Mm-hmm.
emotional support,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe we just connect on a different level in the sense of like you're my concert buddy,
Mm-hmm.
or we just do this one thing together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a reclassification. That's all.
Yeah, I have a movie buddy, or used to. Well, we haven't gone in a while. My neighbor, Erin, I loved her so much. She just moved. She used to live right there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she's no longer there. We used to go and watch movies together. Erin, Love you. She's so great.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we didn't really do much of anything else, but we went out and we saw movies
Saw
together.
movies. So
And we
like
just enjoyed,
a shared
stepped outside,
experience.
hung out, but that's
So,
always fun, I guess.
so yeah, I think that's what I unconsciously do with
Yeah.
those type of people I find hard to relate with or find something we have in common. Because, like, for example, now that I'm going to work with kids, Lord help me, they like stuff. So
Mhm.
I gotta remember I like some stuff.
Yeah. But
Eh,
the things that we like kids don't even know about anymore, I think.
no, but I think you can connect on feelings and emotions and things
I think
happening
that's fair.
around you.
Yeah.
Like anxiety and
Yeah.
fear and stuff. Like you can still share that.
Yeah. I hope, and actually, that's not even going to be your job. Do you remember that reel I sent you today of like, read this note card? And they couldn't read it at all?
No, that's not my job.
No, but if it was, that would be awful. I can't imagine. But you mentioned something about, what do you call it? Like some friends just being obra misionera. And I feel like a lot of, if we're going to call them friendships that I have are level 3 heavy, let's put it that way, which are obra misionera, or is that level 4? I don't know.
Mm,
According to your,
3 is good.
okay, 3 is good. Yeah, I'm very level 3 heavy at the moment, where they're quasi ministerial, and I know I mentioned that before in the podcast, but like it's gotten to the point to where I felt a calling from God to be like, hey, there are a lot of lonely people, a lot of lonely dudes out there. Why don't you reach out and be a friend to them? And I've been doing that. And I have a list of men that I've been reaching out to.
That's great.
So that we go out and I take them out to dinner. It's on me. And I don't have an ask. I don't say, come to church with me. I don't say, do
That's
anything.
great.
I'm just here for you. And I've seen some pretty good results. They seem to like it. So, I mean, I'm blessed by it too. But again, that's me pouring into them. It's not a mutual like outpouring, and that's not to say that that I feel resentful or anything like that. I'm just saying that that's where I find myself currently as, I guess, level 3 heavy.
Yeah.
But I mean, either way, I find myself though yearning for an equal, as weird as it sounds.
And friends?
In terms of friends, yeah. And by equal, I mean somebody who's ambitious, who's outgoing, somebody who's dedicated.
So
Somebody
you
who's
want
driven.
another you?
I don't. They don't have to be me. I mean, why?
Well, because you say I'm looking for an equal.
Yeah, equal
So
does not mean the same.
0 equals 0.
Abby, a pound of flour and a pound of sugar are totally different.
I just thought
but they're
about
equal the
numbers.
same.
1 and 1 equals 1.
But
like you're kind of mirrors of each other. Like, yeah, the packaging might look different.
yeah,
Some stuff might be
I mean,
different.
I do want somebody
but
with similarities. There's nothing wrong with that.
no, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, and I'm yearning for that because and to tie it into dating specifically, I've had the revelation that I used to look in a spouse what I would want in a best friend, and like a romance, like and a lover, and whatever, and whatever, whatever. What I've come to see is that is too many roles
For one person?
one person to carry, and therefore I no longer look at that person as, are you best friend material necessarily, but are you lover material as a wife, as a girlfriend? And I can find the best friend somewhere else, because that's not to say I won't be friends with my spouse, but if she doesn't want to take the LSATs with me, I'm not going to be sad about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to be sad if she's not super duper interested in learning about like the minutia of something super random, which I tend to do a lot.
Yeah.
and that's okay. Like, and maybe I'll bring her in and she'll be intrigued and things like that, but she doesn't have to be my go-to for that,
No,
right?
that makes sense.
And that's a weight lifted off, and that has brought into my scope in the kind of women that I consider for a relationship, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
So that's been really nice.
Yeah.
How does it look like from a woman's perspective? Like feeling a lot of those roles, like feeling that pressure. Do you feel like you have to be your man's best friend, or how do you feel about it?
I feel like I will be my man's best friend just because of the fact that men have very few friends in general.
Okay, fair.
And the statistics show that women are usually the man's best friend.
Sometimes only friend.
Exactly. So I don't think I think that's just a given.
Okay.
I don't see it as pressure. Will they be my best friend? In many ways, sure. But in other ways, not, right? Because
Yeah.
they're men, not women.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be like, oh my gosh, your hair, it's so pretty.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen that video on Instagram where this guy's like, pretend I'm a girl and comment like,
Oh yeah, like boys put in the comments how a girl would react to this.
yeah, and it's like you're glowing, like he didn't deserve you,
Yeah.
like like that's girl energy, right? Like
Yeah,
to
yeah,
expect
yeah.
that from a man, it's
Unrealistic.
unrealistic. So no, I don't expect that, but
So you would be okay with feeling that quote unquote weight of being his best friend.
yeah,
You're okay with being a man's best friend.
yeah,
All right, cool.
yeah.
All right,
I don't see being someone's best friend as heavy,
Fair.
because like I don't know.
I mean, you're friends. That's the whole point. Of being
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you decide how much you want to give. Like, granted, with a man, it's a romantic relationship is different. But
Yeah.
when it comes to friendship, you're the one that decides what you want to give and how the relationship goes.
That's true.
But I was gonna ask you. You said you're looking for an equal in a friendship. Have you ever had that?
Yes, I have,
With
and
who?
it's great.
With who?
I loved it. She was amazing, and she was better than me at a lot of stuff, and I hated it. You know who else was super smart, and I hated it because she was smarter than me, and I loved it. You know who else was also smarter than me? Was smarter than me.
Mom.
It's great.
So
I
someone
loved it.
smarter than you.
Yeah, but they're not conceited about it.
Yeah.
They're like they push me. I'm like, how do you know about that and I don't? And something that clicked me the first time I knew that was stupid smart, and maybe this was her parents, I don't know. She referenced The Office to me when he was on the air. Comedy is usually one of the best indicators of intelligence, right?
That's true.
Like when you can write comedy and things like that. She recognized it when we were 16, 17, 18 years old. And I'm like, you son of I hate you for that. Because I only kind of came to that a little bit later on. But with those friends that I had, I learned a lot from all of them. I learned a lot about what good writing is from
That's true.
she was one of the best writers I've ever read.
Yeah.
And she still is, and without even trying. And I hate her. She's great. I learned a lot from her because of that. And now I'm a better writer because of it. So now what I want in an equal, per se, is someone to help push me along or help pull me forward, right? Someone to be like, okay, so you, like, for example, like I've said this before, I'm writing a show that I want to release on Instagram or something like that. I want somebody to be like, okay, let me see a draft. When are you going to do it? I know you're busy, but let me see a draft. To be able to tell me if it's good enough or not. To be able to sit down and be able to act it out with me, or to, because the thing with those girls was that they weren't just smart in one area. They were multimodal. They're just really smart women. And I was like, gosh, excellent. The ones too, but I wasn't really that close with them.
Yeah.
They were more on the antisocial nerdy, or like the robotics nerdy, and that's not really my kind of nerdy.
Yeah.
I was, like that's not whatever.
I feel like most guys who are smart are usually antisocial nerd,
Correct.
asocial nerdy,
Yes.
whereas women who are smart women in general have more social smarts.
Yes.
So it's easy to marry the two. Hence why all the people you just named are women.
Women.
So then what can you do?
You know who else, I guess? Also, I would say an equal. Because he's really, really good at a lot of things.
Oh, he's smart.
He's multimodal. I like that.
Yeah. He's gone. R.I.P. He's not dead. He's not dead. He's just gone.
But like you see what I mean? Like that. And here's the thing. I don't want to feel guilty and for wanting that.
You don't have
wanting somebody who's on my level. I sound conceited, I get it. But I don't want to feel guilty for wanting that.
I guess my thing is you shouldn't feel guilty. What I would say is, what can you do to find people? Like, what circles can you get into,
I
right?
need to branch out.
Because if your pool is not necessarily of people that are in those intellectual interests, you kind of have to get out more.
Yeah.
Yeah, like join the nerdy club. Hey, in the nerdy club, you might find someone you click with, you know?
Yeah.
So
I think that's actually one of the reasons why I'm drawn to a lot of internet comedians, because they're social and smart, because you have to be smart to be able to be funny. And I learned comedy later on in life. I'm not a naturally funny guy.
No.
Right? But laughing. Hey, that's not funny. What are you talking about? Why are you laughing at me? Dang, you said that a little too fast. A little too fast. But I'm drawn to that. And like I like to go, for example, to like a stand-up comedy bar and just do a set on like open mic nights or something like that, just for the heck of it, just because I love it, for the love of the game, to what do you call it, to just strengthen my skills in writing and performing and whatever it is. And I think I told you I think we should go. I think I told you that like,
to
a couple
a comedy?
years ago. Yeah, to a comedy show. I think I told you like I do a set just called
I've gone to
My
plenty
Sister
of comedy
or something
shows.
like that. Yeah.
Stand-up ones.
I don't have we gone to one before?
We haven't, but I have.
I don't think I have.
They're really, at least the ones here. A lot of comedy is vulgar.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, so
I'm not a fan
I don't know
of
if that's
that
your
vulgarity.
scene.
No.
But yeah, sounds like you already know what you got to do.
Yeah, so one of the steps I'm taking, number one, is I've joined a tennis league. So I start that tomorrow actually.
So that's usually smart people.
It's the odds are higher.
The odds are higher.
So it's just a good start, right? The only other option for me to like really, really widen my pool would be to get a job.
Yeah.
To get a job and start doing a lot of other things and work with people.
That's usually it.
Yeah.
The way people connect.
Yeah, no, I feel like I would feel better and I would do better in life if I had friends, because I noticed. Listen, my business has grown in the way that it ever has in the past or now is because of the people that I know, and I got to be honest. A lot of the people that I know that are tier 3 heavy aren't going to recommend me clients, or don't know enough to recommend me clients, or to say, hey, let's work together on this.
The chances are lower.
So you see what I'm saying with the friends from an undisclosed state that aren't that far ahead, to where we're operating on two separate circles, that it's very hard for us to work together and like do whatever. So like if you have a network of really motivated people, and you can all be in different areas of life, it doesn't matter, just you're gonna do better because of it, right? They say you're the average of the 5 people you hang around with the most.
Who are the 5 people you hang out with most?
Michael, Ismirna.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. My mom, mommy, you, I
mom
guess.
And dad.
Chris and Jiracy. I go there
Well, yeah, every weekend. But if you didn't have to go to church that far, would they still be on that list?
Jiracy would more than Chris, just because we talk more.
Who else? Probably, I don't know.
Sarah and Debola, we talk a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Aranza's there.
Well, my list was very small. But that's kind of also one of the not dangers, but it's one of the side products of doing your own thing, to where you don't need anybody, and therefore you don't need anybody in terms of like work, right?
Work.
So
Yeah,
like
I got what you're saying.
I don't have to.
You work by yourself.
I work by myself, and people spend most of their time at work.
At work.
So I spend most of my time by myself. So
Yeah.
if I had to really say, I'd say a lot of internet personalities I hang out with, quote unquote.
Yeah.
More with than anyone
you spend more
in
time
person.
consuming their content than with anybody.
A lot more time than anyone else. That's sad.
That's
to
a
me.
sad thought. I spend
really
more time with people on the internet.
Yeah.
Dang.
And I don't think I'm alone in that. I don't think I'm alone in the fact that people are either losing friends because of reasons like you said. Actually, I'll just stop there. Why do you think you've ever phased out of friendships before?
Why have I phased out of friendships?
I forgot to ask that before. Because you said, oh, I used to hang out with so-and-so person. But apart from that, I'm assuming it has happened before. So in those past instances, why do you think you're phasing out of, like those friendships phase out?
I think what comes to mind is mutual effort.
Okay.
So before, a lot of times I would just go to everything and anything not to lose somebody in the sense of a friendship, whatever, and not have any like boundaries for myself, right? Because boundaries are for yourself. Whereas now it's more like a give and take. Like we can have a nice friendship, blah, blah, blah. But if it comes to a certain point where you're not giving and I'm the only one giving, then I reassess, right? So then I reassess how much I'm willing to give without expecting anything in return. And usually that reveals the outcome, right? Because if you're the only person giving, once you decide to stop giving or only give this much, it will show, because the other person won't reach out. And then eventually, you talk once a year, twice a year, right? I do that with some people.
Yeah.
Like we used to talk all the time. Now I've decided I'll reach out to them once or twice a year, and once or twice a year we talk. And that's because I did it, but I'm not expecting anything in return. So I think for me, it becomes more of a, are we in this together? Or because like I know some people will be like, well, you don't have to talk all the time. That's right, you don't have to talk all the time, but there has to be like a mutual understanding of it, and it's like, or I just thought of you, or blah blah blah, something
Yeah, a little something.
But if it's more of just like don't talk and whatever, there's some relationships like that too. We just don't talk, we just like each other's stories, and that is the essence of our relationship. And I don't expect anything else from you other than to like my story.
And if you don't, you better start.
And if you don't, I'm going to look to see if you didn't look at it.
And if you didn't, we're going to have a problem. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a bigger problem than a lot of us are willing to admit, the loss of friendships and how that has affected us personally. I talked about how it's affected my professional life, it's affected my personal life, and it's affected my dating life. I don't think I'm alone in that.
Yeah, I think it's a huge problem. I mean, there's a loneliness epidemic of it. And I think as Christians, we also have to come to the realization that nobody's ever going to fill that need fully. We need people, and God gave us friends and people around us, to make our lives brighter. But at the end of the day, Jesus is our best friend.
Yeah.
And when he truly becomes your best friend, you can be bottom 3 heavy and you'll be just fine because you're fully satisfied. And I think as you're serving, like you might, even if you just 1 or 2, 3 people, like, that just become your posse, that's cool, because at the end of the day, like, the big man is your friend.
Right.
And God calls us to minister at the end of the day. I feel like a lot of the times we want a lot of friends in a selfish way, just to indulge ourselves. So it may be that's one way God works through us, where if we're so bottom heavy, maybe he's telling us that's got to be the focus. Your focus is to serve, to be a friend, right? Don't focus so much as what you're getting back. I got that covered. And people in ministry along the way, I think you'll connect with, that that they can give you back and you fit into each other. But at the end of the day, God's the only one that can fill that.
Yeah, that's true.
And I've come to that conclusion. So doing obra misionera or stuff like that, it doesn't hurt me anymore. It is just
It doesn't, yeah.
It's
I don't mind it either. That's true. But yeah, how I combat it a lot of times is I journal, and I spend a lot of time with God. So, and as I journal too. So, as you were talking, I was just thinking about how if we were to like use food as an example, let's say like what's a really, really filling food?
Pizza?
Is pizza really that filling?
Filling?
Yeah.
If you eat 5 slices, yeah.
Okay, let's say.
Or rice and beans.
Okay,
that's
yeah.
heavy.
Yeah.
Plátanos.
Plátanos. Let's say mango. Mango is really filling really
it's
fast.
Heavy. It's real heavy.
It's a heavy meal, right? Or rice or whatever. I feel like God is the elite version of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the lower down you get, the lighter the food. So, for example, God is like the heaviest you can get. Level 1 would say, let's say pizza is like really filling. So like even a little bit in level 1 is sufficient enough to be able to balance out a heavy level 3, even just a good number 1 friend, let's say. And then your number 2s are like your bananas, your what do you call it? Your oranges or whatever. And then level 3 is like a sunflower seed or like different kinds of nuts. And by that, I mean, you need more of it to fill you up.
Yeah.
So in other words, like you can be okay with a level 3 heavy if you have enough of them, right? If you have enough pinhold friends, like my movie, music, concert, ice cream,
person,
whatever. Like if you have enough of those, that can be filling enough. But but it takes a lot more of them, if that makes sense.
Whereas,
and then the
one
higher
good
you go,
friend can supply.
Correct. And then the higher you
20
go,
people.
the less you need.
Yes.
And then God is the ultimate. So that's how I thought about it. Just now.
Yeah. I totally agree. I feel like a lot of the times, especially in high school, you think you need a big posse, and then I think in adulthood sometimes we bring that mentality, and then we're like, oh, I have no friends, and you don't really need that many. One or two. And I think always remembering that you can learn something from everyone. I think that level of curiosity, it can lead you to connect with other people, because I just think about in my time I had spent full time in Walmart. I connect with my coworkers on a very simple level, and but like they each bring something, and like I appreciate them for them, and we talk about that, and like we work around that. It's not about education, it's not about where you at in life, it's more of just like in the moment, shared experiences, and that brings people together. And I think
I need more of those.
I think the more we have that, instead of just focusing on what you bring to the table, what you bring to this friendship, it's more of like shared experiences. How are we choosing to connect? Because just like love is a choice, friendship is a choice. You're choosing to want to get to know somebody, find ways to connect.
Agreed.
Even that might not be education. That's just the truth.
No, I get you. Cool. I think one thing we can end on is asking ourselves, what kind of friend are we, first of all? Because we are always what do you call it? We're the common denominator amongst our friends in whatever level they may be. And if you are a level 1 friend and you know that it's not on you, great. But if you know that you can be a better friend to some people who are investing more in you than you are in them, you can revise that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you probably should do what I need to do, which is get out more. And join a tennis league, join a
Me.
badminton league, whatever you like, soccer, whatever, to be able to meet people. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't stay home and expect to have people come for you and come hunting you down,
Mm-hmm.
and be like, oh, I have no friends. Well, honey, of course you don't. You don't go anywhere.
Are you talking to me or just in general?
I'm talking just in general.
Because you were looking
Did
at
that
me.
fit? I
No,
don't know if the
no,
shirt.
it didn't. It didn't. So I was like, huh?
No. But I'm just trying to say, like, and also know that you're not alone in this. And I think maybe in knowing that you're not alone makes the weight feel a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
At least it does for me. Um,
Yeah.
and
For
so,
sure.
and then obviously last, but not least, is realize that Jesus is our friend, as it says verbatim in Steps to Christ. Jesus is our friend.
Yeah.
And he desires the best for us, and we can find a friend in him.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why there's a name called what a friend we have in
And
Jesus.
if you think about it, Jesus is our friend, right?
Yeah.
We're not really good friends to him. We're like level
Ouch.
3, level 4. Think about it.
Like where we put him.
Yeah. No, like where him to us, right?
Yeah.
So you know how we talk about
Like,
friendship,
yeah.
reciprocity?
Yeah.
Jesus gave everything.
Yeah.
I think
He's being a level 1 friend.
he's being a level 1 friend, but I think that's more about like introspective questions. Like,
Mhm.
I think all of us are usually falling into the ministerial friendship
Mhm.
for Jesus.
Yeah.
So I think that's a humbling thing because it puts us at like we are all
We have a responsibility to him. That's weird.
we are all someone's not best friend. For someone out there in the world, we could be putting in more effort.
Yes.
Like, it's not just, oh, I'm just a good friend to everybody. But no, it's like some people we're good friends, to some people we could be doing better.
Mhm.
And I think it's just that is just like causes less judgment.
Less judgment how?
In the sense of like there's not just star players out there that are they're perfect perfect friends
You have
all
to fill
around.
out your roster.
Yeah. like I don't
Not
know.
everybody can be a star. Not everybody is a star. Most people aren't stars
No,
in any league.
And at the end of the day, like Jesus said, if you want to be first, you got to serve.
Yeah.
So maybe having a three heavy roster is the way to go.
Fair enough. I never thought
That's
about
a
it that
different
way.
perspective.
That's
but
fair. That's fair. I like
Who
that.
knows?
All right, B, let's get out of here.
Okay.
Can you pray for us, please?
Yeah. Dear Jesus, thank you so much for another day of life. Thank you, Lord, for being our friend. Thank you, Jesus, because even though we are terrible friends to you, Lord, you are amazing. You are our Savior, and you died for us. Lord, help us become closer to you. We want to know you more. We want to be a better friend to you. We want to be a better friend to humanity as well. Thank you because we're not alone. Bless our friends wherever they are. Their hopes, their dreams, their struggles, their desires. God, draw them closer to you. Teach us to be better friends, and to find a way to connect with everyone, even though they might not necessarily have what we need. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. It just dawned on me that I know I need better friends, because if I had the same idea that the guy had to buy Spirit Airlines, who would I go to?
I don't know.
I don't know
Who
either.
would you go to?
I don't know, but that guy knew some people who knew some people.
Didn't he just post was it?
It's not just a video, Abby. You have to have connections. You
Yeah.
have to have connections.
Yeah, well, he has a job. Let's start there. maybe he works in like Wall Street or something.
Or something like that, yeah.
Like he's out there in the masses daily.
Yeah, that's true.
Apart from being a content creator,
Apart
probably.
from being a content creator.
So
I need friends.
Good job.
Thank you for having spent time with us. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like, and in the comments, let us know what you liked about it. Be sure to share this with a friend, and as always, we'll see you all next time.